Rightio. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all of the above. Sorry about that, but there was a delay in that just uploading onto Facebook, and I'm just going to make sure it's up there. I've got to change up a few things, but welcome back. Well, welcome to the last show for 2023. It's a combination of all three, over the ditch, on loose lines, and also talking trotters for What the Hill, and as always, anyone that actually might watch that show, I always start off with one of the winners for What the Hill. This is actually just about to enter the straight. This was earlier today at Westport. This was Bella Lindeni on the inside for Roger Austin. Blair Orange in the sulky with, it's got Deidre Franco, I think, is the horse that's on the outside of it for Gina Thornley. Kept it very, very honest. And High Noon in the Nan colours coming down the middle of the track. We'll get into second. But Bella Lindeni, the daughter of What the Hill out of Annabella Lindeni, staved them all off and got the chocolates in a very, very solidly run race. There on the grass today at Westport. She took out the first race there today. So make sure you get in touch with the guys. Wow. Did do a mistake actually at Woodland Stud. Sorry, I will have to go this way. I don't have What the Hill's stats on this this slide, but yeah, please, if you are watching, get involved. But of course, standing at Woodland Stud alongside Better's Delight, down by the seaside, Speeding Spur, and Sweet Lou. What the Hill stands for $7,000, and he has brought you Talking Trotters for the last 4 months, and we'll continue Talking Trotters. We'll continue into the new year, and we'll sit down and discuss and see what the show looks like after that. But yeah, of course, Better's Delight will be another leading sire again. I think it's 13 years in a row. A New Zealand horse has been an Australian Sire of the Year. What the Hill will be the leading 3-year-old trotting sire in New Zealand. Sweet Lou taking all before him both sides of the ditch. American Ideal standing there at Lower Long Farms as well. He is third on the 2-year-old sires list this year, which is the first season. So this is the first crop of horses that stood at Lower Long Farm. So 33 individual winners, and doing an awesome job. And I suppose while we're on the theme, if you like, of Woodland Stud, and I thank them very much for their commitment. Mr. Bondi won the Breeders' Plate at Leeton. This is a great race. This is one race that it's great to have it back before Christmas, because that's when it used to always be through that Christmas, New Year's holiday period, when it was a time-honoured race. And Mr. Bondi got the job done there, the son of Down by the Seaside, for Mickey Boots board that horse just recently from Regan Hollis. And I'm going to go with Shane Robinson. I'm not 100% sure if it's Shane or Scott, but they both do a terrific job preparing horses over there. He was pinhooked from the NZB weanling sales, and then the boys have been able to get him up and going. They won a race in New Zealand. He ran a couple of good placings as well, and then sold him here, and he's come to Australia and won 2 on the bounce already. So doing a very, very good job, and very, very impressive winning there. But yeah, one of those great little races, the Breeders' Breeders' Plate, as it used to be called, was a terrific race. And yep, and rightio, we'll see how we go with that one. But anyway, we will get there with the rest. Sorry, I've had a couple of messages come through, and yep, I'll have to go through and sort those ones out. Rory McQuillock is one of those. Roars, if you happen to be watching, mate, I'll have to try and get you a bit later on. I'll just got a couple of things planned. Right, start of the show. We're going to get Erix Hendrix on the phone, hopefully. Oh, hang on, we won't get him on that one. Hopefully he knows me well enough to stay on to that one.
Campbell, how you going?
Very well, Eric. Sorry, mate. I had you. I actually had you on the wrong thing. I had you on the charger, and it never actually works when people are on the charger that well. But thank you very much for joining me, mate.
No, pleasure as always.
One big race meeting coming up Saturday night. A lot of people may not be aware of it, but it snuck around very quickly, this meeting. Good meeting, good quality meeting. Early start, early finish for plenty of people getting ready for the New Year's celebrations.
Yeah, we followed Melton into New Year's Eve last year, so they've given us that meeting again, and we're obviously glad that it's not New Year's Eve in a way, because I don't mind sitting back watching a few fireworks.
Doing a little bit of cooking on the barbecue.
Doing a bit of cooking, correct.
Haven't had one of those for a while. I've been a bit disappointed, mate. I don't know, like, am I just off the frequently messaged people's list now?
No, look, the YouTube channel's going pretty strong now, so you've probably got to get in line to get any of those clips now.
Oh, you've got your own YouTube channel?
No, I haven't, but you can probably help me break into that market, couldn't you?
I could. We could do a segment every week on Campbell's Comments if you like. Eric's cooking. Yeah. What's cooking, Eric?
Yeah, exactly right. No, looking forward to it.
That actually has a half a ring to it. But in a scary sort of way, 6:07 is the first this week, and good fields, good betting races. What have you got anything planned this weekend for anyone wanting to go out there?
Look, we just want to get as many people on site as we can, so free entry for those looking to come up, and basically kitchen and bar are open, and hopefully we get a few through the door, and we can make it a good night.
Crowds have been good since the grass. You must be wrapped with the grass out the front, Eric. It actually seems to be working, and good crowds and people happy to sit outside with the better weather.
Yeah, no, we're pretty fortunate there. I guess we were maybe looking to mimic a bit of the asphalt that we had prior that we ripped up, and that sort of went a bit south with the clay underneath, the Bendigo clay. They sort of weren't too happy laying the new asphalt on top of it, so we had to make a quick rejig and went the concrete slab across the top, which gives us a bit more table options for cup and major meetings, and the grass down at the bottom. And I think it's been brilliant. You know, all feedback's been really positive with the the grass just creates a bit of softness, and it's a lot more relaxing to sort of have that environment looking rather than just hard concrete, hard asphalt, hard grandstand.
No, absolutely. It can be dangerous this time of year doing these sorts of shows, Eric, because Matty Markham, hello Paul, long-time listener, first-time commentator. He does a show with me every week. I reckon there's a fair chance he might have one or two sherbets on board. He does the Over the Ditch show with me. I left him out this week, and I've got Jonny Turner coming in. I don't know whether I should be ringing him or not. It could be dangerous, that part, couldn't it?
No, well, we always like to please Paul, so we will accommodate all listeners in whatever they need.
will indeed. Rightio, the main reason for getting you on, well, not the main reason, I always like getting you on, Eric, is the Garrard's Horse and Hound Bendigo Pacing Cup and the Group 1 Aldebaran Park Mari Mile, January 6th, a Saturday night, flagship meeting, I would say, for the Bendigo Harness Racing Club.
Yeah, no, we're excited. We've obviously been building this for many years now. I think the Maori Mole itself has started to break into that international viewing platform now, which is super exciting, especially for anyone winning that race. It's it does definitely open up the doors as a potential invite, which is great. And Garrard's Horse and Hound Garrard's Horse and Hound Pacing Cup. They've been long-term supporters for the last 4 years. They've been brilliant. They continue to support us, not only us but everyone really. They're massive in Australia, Victoria. It's been great.
No, they are, and Darren does a great job sponsoring everywhere, and he's very loyal. I was on the committee probably 3 years ago, and I think the 3 years I was on there, it was always a Garrard's Horse and Hound. So I'll give it 6. How many years has he been a supporter, mate?
Well, I've been there coming up on 6 years. They've been every year in my time. We can't thank Garrard's enough, especially with the store down underneath the grandstand. Brilliant.
Yeah, no, definitely. Matty's making me feel bad now, saying I lost his number. I'm going to be catching up with him next week, and I'm going to ring him in a minute. There's every chance he's got a 1 or 2 sherbets on, so who knows where that could go. But that is okay. Yeah, and we want people to be aware of that when they do come to Bendigo, there is a store downstairs as well, and that's going to change in the future.
Yeah, we're hoping to move them into a slightly bigger building next year, give them a few more options with how they lay the shop out, but that's they're going to stay on site, which is great. Just a bigger building.
Yep, no, absolutely. And I just changed hats, mate. Got the Elder Baron Zeus hat on. Michelle Nisbet, I might ring you guys in a little bit too. Wedderburn Harness Racing Club, of course, went underwater, so I might give Tommy a call a bit later on. But I have the Elder Baron hat on with the Elder Baron Park Mari Mile. Elder Baron Zeus was actually last year's winner. I'm ready set. The winner the year before that, and then the Gaffs, I think, won it 4 years before that. It's a time-honoured race. It's got a lot of history. It is getting bigger and bigger, and it's a race a lot of trotting guys really want to win, and we want to make sure people are aware that this race is coming up. It'll be the first Group 1 for the 2024 season.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think I was listening to your interview earlier today, and as discussed, it is sort of the first of the big ones for the new year. And I think people do get a little bit excited because it does kickstart the new season off for us.
It is. It does, and there's been a little bit of talk that it's hard. Unfortunately, it looks like most of those horses that contested the Inter-Dominion won't be backing up. But, I mean, it still gives plenty of opportunity. There's still plenty of depth in the race. We're not sure who's going to be there. There's up-and-coming horses coming through like RC Phoenix and that as well. Chris Finozio, a few years ago, he showed everyone what it meant to him to be able to win the race.
Yeah, and I have heard that Camp might be setting one for this race, so that look out, keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, Pete Finozio, they do enjoy winning it. For the rest of the night, mate, how are bookings looking?
No, we'll look for Cup. There's still options to book the 3 course upstairs. That'll be available till Monday next week, and then we will obviously just open her up for bookings. If you want to reserve a table, by all means give us a buzz. There's tickets online at bhrc.com.au. General admin's only $10. We've got food trucks, kids activities, so it should be a cracker.
Yeah, no, it will be. It's always good meeting, good weather. I won't be there. I'll actually be with Matty Markham and Jonny Turner and a few of the other lads down the bottom of the South Island. But yeah, it is always a great meeting. It's just great to see the Trotters, especially in full flight on that night.
Excellent, Paul. Thanks for the call.
No, Eric, thank you. All the best going forward with that as well. But hopefully you have a good night on there on the Saturday the 6th. But I will see you. I will actually be out there this week coming up. So I'll catch up with you then, mate. Thank you very much.
Excellent. See ya.
Erix Hendrix there joining me on the chat. They're the Bendigo Harness Racing Club and their big cup meeting, Bendigo Harness Racing Club and the Elder Baron Park Mari Mile. There'll be kids' activities, food trucks, live entertainment, bar and bistro, beautiful new bar. Open. The deck will be there. I don't know if it'll be available, but beautiful weather as always this time of year, as long as they don't get the rain like the Wedderburn guys got just recently. But we will try and get in touch with Tom Nisbet. We might give Tom a call a little bit later on in the show. The show could go anywhere, as I said. It's a little bit of everything. I have a little bit of talking trotters already, and we already spoke about that then as well. I'm actually going to get, while we're talking with the Kiwis, well, Tommy's sending me messages, photos. We might be able to get that one on in a minute, but I'm going to actually ring Shane Gloury first, and we'll get Shane on because the other of the big meetings that snuck up very quickly is the Echuca Pacing Cup. And I want to make sure people are aware that this is on. Shane Gloury, hello to you.
Yeah, g'day Paul. How are you, mate?
Very well, thank you, mate. And obviously you're a professional, so you know that we are live. So that part's good. You sound like you're still moving chairs. Are you still at the office, mate?
Nah, at Rich River Golf Club, mate. It's a busy time of year for us out here. We've got plenty of people up in the Chickamauama, and busy couple of weeks for the club. So still here at the moment. Very,
very good. Echuca Cup come around very, very quickly, but you must be excited about it. And you guys moved, I suppose, to try something very different, which is, I think, hats off to you guys.
Yeah. Look, Paul, the committee decided the last few years we've had our cup meeting on a Friday night in March. Unfortunately, last year the weather worked against us, and look, if I'm brutally honest, the crowd was disappointing, and a number of aspects of the night were disappointing. So we thought, why are we trying to, create this event in March when we've got 2 very good events that we run on the 1st of January, and also the Easter Sunday meeting where we get a good. A big crowd in attendance, a good crowd in attendance, and we thought we're much better off running our cup there. So we decided to run our cup this year at the 1st of January meeting. Look, it's got all the ingredients for a really, really good night out on Monday. So we're really looking forward to it.
One thing, having lived in Echuca for quite a few years, I don't think a lot of people realise exactly how busy and big the area gets. I'd imagine that's got positives and negatives for your cup carnival, a cup meeting coming up.
Yeah, look, it's certainly got a lot of positives. Look, the population of Echuca Moama normally is now around about 23,000 people. So it's quite a big regional centre. And I know on the New South Wales side in Moama is the fastest growing regional town in New South Wales. So coming out of COVID, there's lots of there's lots of people that are relocating to the region. Lots of people that are getting out of the capital cities and relocating to regional centres such as Echuca Moama. So, and there's a number of reasons for that. It's, the climate's attractive. Housing prices are still reasonably affordable here. It's big enough but not too big, and you're only 2.5 hours away from Melbourne. So there's plenty of reasons why I can see why Echuca Moama is attractive, to a large number of people that are moving here. But what we certainly find is that, at peak tourism times, they're probably at the moment between Christmas and New Year, the population of Echuca would be probably 35 to 40,000. Echuca Moama, it's very attractive for a lot of tourists. The caravan parks are full. Some of those caravan parks accommodate up to 5,000 people. So there's some very large caravan parks, lots of motels, a number of clubs, including my club, Rich River Golf Club, and Moama Bowling Club sponsor our Echuca Cup meeting. So, look, it's a thriving regional community. But one of the benefits it does have is at peak tourism times, being able to get visitors that are looking for things to do and looking for different things to do. It makes it a bit easier to get them out to our bigger meetings that we have at the club. So no surprise that, obviously the two biggest meetings we have every year are our January 1 meeting, which is a traditional meeting, and our Easter Sunday meeting. So. But overall, we just felt as though moving our cup to the January 1 meeting would ensure that it would take our cup from, if I'm brutally honest, being one of the lower performing cups to probably being one of the best. So we're really excited and looking forward to our meeting on Monday night, and the weather forecast is excellent. So we've got all the right ingredients for a bumper cup meeting.
A little bit like what I just said to Eric, though, too, the beautiful thing about Echuca, and you guys probably better than anyone else, green grass, plenty of spots for people to laze around, actually be able to lay on the grass and watch the horses, but you can be at the back near the bar area where you've got music and everything else like that. And no matter how hot it is, by about 5:30, 6 o'clock, the venue is in shade. So it's just such a comfortable place to be around that time of year.
Yeah, no, look, you're totally right, Paul. I know that on the same meeting last year, during the day it was about 38 degrees, and I thought, the heat might put a number of people off. But by the time of the first race, which is normally around about 5:30, the sun is starting to head further over to the west. The grandstand shades that sun, the lawn area is in shade. And so, the crowd just starts to flock in, so you don't really have the heat. It's warm enough, but it's not ridiculously hot. The grandstand shades everything, so it just makes it perfect for that, that nice, warm, balmy, type of evening that traditionally we get around this time of year.
Hats off to you as well, Shane. Like, you are the Rich River Golf Club, and I will gladly promote that anywhere, because anytime someone asks for some prizes or things, Shane, you're more than willing to sort of give up some rooms or things along those lines along the way. But also just getting on board with the Moama Bowling Club, like, I think that's huge. It's the only way our industry can grow is if organisations work together, and you guys are showing that hand in hand there at Echuca, I reckon.
Yeah, look, I must say the Moama Bowling Club have been a long-term sponsor and supporter of the Echuca Harness Racing Club. So prior to me becoming involved, the Moama Bowling Club, they've been on board for a number of years. And look, I've got a really good relationship, even though I'm the CEO at Rich River, and obviously I'm loyal to Rich River. I've got a really good relationship with some of the key, the CEO and the operations manager and some of the key guys at Moama Bowling Club. Look, they do a fantastic job. We like to think that we do a good job here at Rich River, but, I know for a fact there's lots of great work that the Moama Bowling Club do in our local community. And, as I said, previously, Echuca Moama is thriving, it's growing, and, the region is more than big enough to support, 3 strong clubs that we have in Moama, and that's the Bowling Club, Rich River Golf Club, and the Moama RSL. So even though we compete against each other, there's still a healthy respect, and there is an overall attitude that we want to try to work together to try to promote the region and the community. And, I must say I'm very, very, supportive and complimentary of the great job that Moama Bowling Club do. And even though the Echuca Harness Racing Club, we've got, both the Moama Bowling Club and Rich River Golf Club on board, and both clubs are very good. But, I've got no problems whatsoever in taking my hat off and supporting the Moama Bowling Club at any opportunity. They do a fantastic job for our community, and they run a great club.
I should do a show one day of some of your fondest memories, because I can remember being a kid, and back in the day, because they were a pokey venue and the likes, myself and Grant were underage. I think I must have been 16, maybe 17, and Grant was 3 years younger than me. So they used to open up an area downstairs so we could go down with Mary Caldo and the Pellegrinos and everyone else like that, and be able to play cards. We learnt how to play cards the hard way, but that was always at the bottom of the Moama Bowling Club, and I think they've been a sponsor since then, so that's 30-something years ago, probably more. So I think it's just I was just thinking about that when you were saying it. I reckon they've been a sponsor for a lot longer than people probably think. So it'd be interesting to see how long they have been a part of it. So,
Yeah. No, look, they've definitely been on board for a long period of time. And not only they're very generous, sponsors of the Echuca Harness Racing Club, but they sponsor so many clubs throughout our region. They're the major sponsor of so many football clubs, cricket clubs, the Gallops Club locally. So, look, I've got a lot of time for the guys at the Moama Bowling Club and the great work they do. They really do a lot of good work out there for the community, and they run a really good operation, a really good club, and, well done to them.
No, absolutely. You've got a ripping field, Shane. You'd be happy with the field. The ratings have changed on that. I think from last year it's now a 70 to 100 rated race. You've got horses in terrific form going through their grades. All the Rage won the Gumbow Cup the other day. So it's a real good field, and plenty of local interest, if you like, as well.
Yeah, look, we're really pleased with the whole meeting, Paul, as well as having a very good even pacing cup and a good even Trotters Cup field. We're really happy with the support program. We've got 9 races, virtually capacity fields in all of them, and it's going to be a great night of harness racing. At the end of the day, we know who we are. We're a grassroots club. We like to support grassroots harness racing, and we understand that we're the type of venue that attracts horses that are starting out, and a lot of the lesser type of horses that are trying to make their way through, and you need to have clubs like us that are healthy, that are doing that as part of their role for the industry. So, we're really pleased with the fields. We think that there'll be a good crowd out there, as there normally is on Monday, and as well as great racing, we've got great entertainment on track. We've got a water slide for the kids. We've got a jumping castle for the kids. So there'll be plenty there to keep the kids entertained, and we've got a great band on course. So there's a 70s and 80s band, the sensational 70s and 80s that are all the way up from Melbourne. They played on course last year, and they were a big hit, so we've got them back this year. So I've got no doubt that anyone who gets along to Frank Ryan Raceway next Monday night, they'll have a great night, and it'll be a great night of harness racing for the Echuca Cup.
No, will indeed, mate, and you're spot on. We need TAB turnover, good fields, 12 horse, 13 horse fields, so well done. Shane, thank you. So it sounds a little bit windy to be teeing off right at the minute out there too, is it?
It's a little bit windy, mate. It's not too bad, but I'm out here on the practice putting green at the moment. So we've got we've got lots of people in and around. So in and around the club. So I just had to kind of come out here where I could avoid some of the background noise. A little bit windy, but overall not too bad.
No, thank you, mate. Thank you very much for joining me, and good luck on Monday night. I would have liked to have been there, but I'm only going to be on a plane to New Zealand. But good luck to the club, and it's a great way to start the season off, I think, with a cup too, because it'll be the first race for the season. I said Bendigo's got the first Group 1 the week after. You guys got the first cup, and we want to embrace it and get the industry up and about and get us going in the right direction. So great way to start it off, I reckon, mate.
Thank you very much, Paul. We always appreciate your support, and we look forward to a great cup meeting on Monday.
Thanks, mate.
No worries, mate. Good on you.
Shane Gloury there, and they do a terrific job at Echuca, and I always have plenty of time for the guys. And I would have liked to have been there and covered it, but wasn't to be. I'm looking forward to being in New Zealand very, very shortly. Catch up with Matty Markham. Tony Chibnall, Merry Christmas to you too as well, and have a safe New Year. Thank you very much. Graham Hand, hello to you, mate. Merry Christmas to you as well. Inter for 24 is in Sydney, Joe Pace. There is a rotational thing going on there. There was, sorry about that, I've just got to, I think there was one other one. Oh no, just Joe Pace saying hello. Tyler Dew hasn't tuned in yet, although we've thrown him on a different night, so he might be a little bit late, but I expect to see him going forward as well. So hope you're well, Porky. Haven't caught up with you for a while, but we'll be down south, but not sure if I'll get to catch up with you there or not. Going to try. Tom's just going to have to wait, because he'll be fine. He won't matter at all. We'll get an update on the Wedderburn Club and go from there. I've just got to find this young bloke, how I got in touch with him. Here he is here, and he is actually... we might go with this. Let's just see what happens here. Hopefully we get the young man. Harry.
How are you?
Very well, mate. Yourself?
You there, mate?
Yes, I'm here. How you going? You still got a few clicks going, but have you got me now? He's just trying to get his headphones in, I reckon. Young Harrison Ross, and I want to find out a little bit more about him. I reckon he's not far off. I can hear you, Harry, if you're there, mate. I can hear him.
There now, mate?
Yes.
I got you now, mate.
Nah, good as gold. We've got you now, mate.
Just a car. Yeah,
I knew we could hear something. I could hear some clicking and a few other things going in the background. Firstly, let's get one thing out of the way before we go too far. You are Harrison Ross, but you like to be known as Harry. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's just Harry. This is sort of the normal name everyone calls me.
Very, very good. I saw that, and I didn't want to be disrespectful, but I just knew on Facebook your post was Harry. Mate, welcome. Thank you very much.
Above me away, but that's all good.
No, and thank you very much for joining me. I wanted to catch up with you basically after Bathurst on Boxing Night, Tuesday the 26th. 4 drives, 4 wins for starters, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, mate. Yeah, thanks for that.
Did you go to the races expecting to get 4 winners?
Oh, I sort of went there. They all sort of, they all sort of in the right races, but they had a few tricky draws. And I sort of thought I'd be happy if I could come away with 1 or 2.
I gather that's the first time you've driven 4.
Yeah, I've driven 3. Not 4. Yeah.
Oh, you have driven. So you've driven 3 before?
Yeah.
Wow.
Only about 2 weeks ago before that, actually. At Goulburn.
Right. So you're having a bit of a run then, because you've driven 35 winners in your career, and 7 of those have come in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, starting to get a good crack at it now.
Yeah, a little bit about yourself, mate, before we find out, like where you currently are in that. But Ross is a name in harness racing, but you were saying to me there when I spoke to you off air that you're not from the Rosses that everyone else knows in the industry.
Yeah, actually, no relation at all. A few people actually think that, but no relation.
Have you any family history in harness racing, or how'd you come to get into it?
No, my family's sort of involved with gallopers.
Yep.
And just from going out to the gallops track, I sort of just got interest there, and then I just met a few boys like Sam Hewitt used to work out there, and he said, why don't you come out to the trots and give us a hand out there, and that's how I got on for the Hewitt clan. So
you're a galloper who's come over to the Trotton clan. That's a big effort.
Yeah, usually that way around.
well, it is. How long ago did that happen, mate? Like, you're 19 years of age, I think, now?
Yeah, probably 2 years ago now.
So...
Oh, yeah, probably 2.5 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago.
And you've only been driving for two years, so you must have just really, really enjoyed it, did you, and jumped straight in?
Yeah, really enjoyed it, and they sort of taught me a lot, and then opportunity come to go over, work for Ben Yole there for about 6 months. Went over there and learned a lot, and then so the right time to come back here, and
So
Can't have a crack at it.
So you took the move to Tassie. Was that basically to try and get a few drives and get a start, mate?
Yeah, I had my first ever race drive, just learn a bit more and just try and get a few start out there. There's plenty of horses there to, have a crack on, and I was just driving. Probably had no hope, as it just main thing was experience, just going around each race.
And they guided you. Ben explained to you what you were doing.
Yeah, he taught me a lot, and then it sort of come towards the end to go our separate ways.
Yeah, but I gather you're more than happy, and I suppose it's one of those things that does happen. You work for Brad Hewitt now. Did you come back straight and go working for Brad?
Yeah, no, I was always pretty keen to come straight back home. I was sort of getting a bit homesick, but just went over there for a bit of experience.
Yep.
And come sort of straight back to Brad, and he took me straight in.
How long you been back with Brad?
I've probably been back here, 12 to 18 months now.
Yep, and just slowly picking the drives up?
Yeah, probably, it took me a good 6 to 12 months slowly just to get back in, and now these last 6 months, I've really started to take off.
Yeah. What is it like for a person on the outside? Like you said there, you went to Tassie and you got homesick. You come home, you've got mates with the Hewitts, and I think it's one of those families in New South Wales that when you're mates with them, you've got a lot of mates because they're a big family. But what is it like as an outsider? Did you find you got a little bit lost from time to time, or did you find that the participants just helped and guided you through the whole journey?
Yeah, no, I was sort of over there. I was just around, great bunch of people over there, and I was pretty well looked after over there.
No, I mean when you came back,
yeah.
Did you find once you got back that they just basically everyone is helping and pushing in the right direction?
Yeah, they all sort of brought me back in, and they were pretty keen to try and get me on their horses as soon as possible to try and give me a go.
Yeah, which is great, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's definitely they've been a big help to me.
Yeah. Did you have goals? Did you, when you first raced, was that sort of the start of it, or did you have other goals to going forward?
Yeah, no real goals. Just sort of try and break in back here in New South Wales.
Yep. Who was your first winner on?
First winner was actually Miss Hattie from Brad Hewitt at Canberra there one night.
So you didn't get a winner in Tassie?
Oh, yeah, that was back here in Tassie. I got one winner, Sporty Annals for Christy Butler in junior drivers race, actually.
Yep, very, very good. So, but predominantly the most of them have been back here in New South Wales.
Yeah, no.
Yep. And Brad's going terrific. You're in Goulburn. How many horses has Brad got in work now? I caught up with Brad. It'd be probably 2 years ago now. Unfortunately, time flies. But he had a team and it was getting bigger and bigger. How many is he working now?
Yeah, roughly about 28 to 30. Probably is a good number we can handle.
He's going great then.
Yeah, no, he's got the team flying at the moment.
Yeah, don't tell him I said that, but he's going terrific. You didn't actually have a drive for him the other night either, but Scott is Scotty's brother.
Yeah, no, Scott's his brother, and he sort of puts me on when he can.
Yeah, which is good. I think you got 2 drives. You had the rest were for Neil Day. So is that just through your association there at the Goulburn Harness Racing Club?
Yeah, just at Goulburn. Yeah, Neil's been a pretty big help to me, and they're all related, and they all big help to me. Especially Neil.
I was going to say you probably don't appreciate the history of some of those names that you're rattling off there, and the sort of almost royalty they are in. I'm going to get into trouble because I don't think Goulburn's part of the Riverina, but that area right through there, right through to the Riverina, if you like. Some of these names you're rattling off, mate, they're harness racing royalty.
Yeah, no, you probably are spot on there with Paul. A lot of people tell me how legendary some of these names are, but I've probably taken a bit for granted. But but it's great to be able to get a few winners for them. Yeah,
I know it is indeed. Neil Day's always had a high quality horse. The Hewitts, and as I said there, the job Brad's doing at the minute, he just keeps unearthing really nice horses. His horses are tough, they stay, and Brad's not scared to put them in a race. He doesn't care who's in front or all that. So that must instill you with a bit of confidence when the boss is out there doing those sorts of things as well.
Yeah, no, everything he takes the races, he wouldn't be taking it there if he doesn't think he can win.
No, and he drives them with some confidence. He's even getting a trotter or two. Where is his trotter, mate?
Yeah, put her in the paddock there for about a month or so, just because he's going to take her into Dominion, and he decided not to. But she's actually probably been back in work for the last 2 weeks, I'd say. Yep,
very, very good. I like his little trotter. So, do you have any goals at the minute, mate?
Not real set goals. I'd just like to try and drive 50 winners next season. and maybe get me first Saturday night winner.
Yep. Have you had many cracks at Menangle?
I've only probably got my A grade license probably a month ago. I probably had 3 or 4 drives. Best I got was a third.
Yep. How'd you enjoy going to the Big Smoke?
Yeah, no, it's definitely different experiences. Yeah, it's a good experience. I'd like to head back down there a few more times if I can.
It is a different experience. It's a big track, isn't it? Over the back straight, you can get lost a bit. It's a long way from nowhere.
Yeah, no, I think the first drive I've had there, I may have pulled out a bit too early. I miscounted how long the straight was.
One of the best, Cam Hart, tells me you can't pull out around that home turn, and I think he's right because I keep watching him, and he keeps driving winners, so I reckon he might be onto something there. Mate, you're driving at Penrith tonight. We're not worried about tips, but can you get a winner tonight, you reckon?
I only got the 2, but yeah, my best chance would be that lovely. If the race sort of works out, throwing a bit of speed on, I think she'll be thereabouts. She's been racing pretty well, and I think Sam's been pretty happy with it.
Yep. How many's Sam trained, mate?
I think Sam's got about 14, probably 6 or 7 race ones. He's got about 6 or 7 breakers.
Yep. All right. That's I might have to, when I go travelling through Goulburn, I might have to go there. Going from there. Bloody good pickup for the harness fantasy teams. Clinton McSwain, I'm not sure what that's about. Do you know what that's about, Harrison, or not?
Pardon?
Do you know what anything about the harness fantasy teams is about? Is that something that's going on in New South Wales, or?
Yeah, I know a little bit about it. I don't really follow it too much, but yeah, it's something they're going on in New South Wales, sort of like what they do on the footy a bit.
Right. Obviously, one of the mad Victorians is playing in it anyway, so he's given me half a tease on a few things. Mate, thank you. Thank you very much. When you go back to Bathurst, you'd be looking forward to going back there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, probably next Friday, hopefully.
Yep, very, very good, mate. Mate, thank you very much. Congratulations, great effort, and thanks for joining harness racing, mate. We need more and more people, and you keep driving winners. There'll be more thoroughbred blokes watching. I'm sure your friends that are in the thoroughbreds are watching. They probably don't like you being in the last race, I'd imagine.
No, keep them up all night.
What about your galloping family? How they go in the gallops, mate?
Oh yeah, they own a couple of good ones, but at the same time they own a couple of duds.
Yep, that's part of the parcel. That's part of the way it goes, mate. So yeah,
no, that's it.
All right, mate. Thank you very much for joining me. Well done. 4 winners is a mighty effort, especially from 4 drives. Keep up the good work, mate, and may you get 60 or 70 next year. And when I'm in New South Wales, I look forward to catching up with you and having a face-to-face interview, buddy.
Yeah, no, hope so for that. No, thanks for that, Paul. I appreciate it, mate.
No, good as gold. Thank you very much, mate.
Okay, thanks so much. See ya.
There we have Harrison Ross, who drove 4 winners. I hit the wrong button. 4 winners at Bathurst the other day, and 3 at Goulburn about a week before, and he's driven 35 winners, which is pretty amazing, actually. So Clint McSwain, I'm not 100% sure what you're on about. Morris McDermott, big day at the Mott tomorrow. Matt Markham is going to have a crack at me because I might have forgot his name going through there, but I might have to ring him about the Mott in a minute. Timmy White, good evening, you. We're going to bring up the other Timmy White very, very shortly when we can. Merry Christmas to you, Tyler Dew. Omakau, I will be there. I'm staying in Invercargill, so I'll be catching up with you a few times. We'll look forward to going out there, and Tyler's good mate Rory, and we'll touch on it again with Jonny Turner in a minute, but driving 200 winners just recently, so congratulations to Rory McKillock. I'm pretty sure it was 200, better not be, yeah, it is 200 winners the other day. He is one of the great characters, raw, open, honest. He's a great interview, that's for sure, Rory, and a lot of fun, and has some pretty crazy interviews going forward as well. What I'm going to try to do, not sure I can do that actually, because, well, I wonder if you'll answer this phone number. I'm just going to try. What I'll do, I'll ring him on this one. We'll just see if we can get hold of him, and go from there. If he answers, he will, but we'll just have to see if we can get hold of him first.
Hello.
Tom,
Hello, Paul.
Very, very well, my friend. How are you?
Good, good.
Are you still swimming?
No. We're out of swimming. We actually spent 4 hours today in cleaning the hockey shed out, which has had all the football memorabilia and a lot of football stuff that we had to clean out of the footy sheds for the new when it got knocked down. So yeah, we've been. I suppose there was 2 foot of water went through the hockey shed. So yeah, fun and games, mate.
So anyone wondering, Tom is you're still the president at
Secretary, yeah.
At the Wedderburn Harness Racing Club, and Christmas Eve here in Central Victoria. For some it was worse than others, but it was pretty extreme weather. I think we got 50 mil, and as a crow flies, what would we be? 30k away, Tom? Would we? Maybe 40 in the straight
50,
line.
Yeah.
At the most, and how much did you guys get on Christmas Eve?
Well, it varied. With the post office, we tipped out 155. The Charlton side of town, they tipped out 170 odd. We tipped out 135 here outside, and it was probably 50 mil that never went in the gauge.
They're extraordinary figures. What was it like? Like, obviously. Actually, you may not have been fed up. I mean, it sort of came at that late evening, didn't it? Like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
I can tell you when it came, because Michelle was just getting home from work, from nursing, and she was at the front in the ute, and she sat in the ute for 10 minutes because she couldn't get in because it was hail, and I was just bored. She had to sit in the ute, and we were on the veranda waving to her in the car.
It would have been the best 10 minutes of your lifetime.
It was good, mate. I enjoyed it.
Were you worried? Like, did you think that there would be flooding, or like were you? I know that might sound silly, but sometimes, especially people in New Zealand, might not. They get that every day, but it's not what you expect here in summertime. Even an inch in summertime is just extreme here in Australia, in Central Victoria, isn't it?
Well, Bruce Targraves was saying he reckons it was back in 1974. He reckons it was around Christmas time. That was probably the last time the footy ground went under.
Wow. And
so, because I was swimming then in those days back in 1974, and he reckons that was around Christmas time. So, but yeah, it was like, they said we're going to get 10 or 20 mil, but we didn't think we were going to get 150 mil.
I think the prediction was 100 mil over 3 days, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. It was like we had that in 12 hours, 14 hours.
How did the track's washed? I can't show the picture. I will show it, Tom, when I hang up on you. I just can't do it at the same time because it's only come through the phone. But the track has washed, but that's not the end of the world at the minute because you won't be racing on it for a while, but the base would still be okay, I gather?
Oh, no, it's cut into the base as well. It's made a real... Some of the spots on those photos I sent you in the bit of the video, it's down 10 and 12 inches.
Wow.
It is. It's all that's gone out onto the football ground. It's a horrible mess. And we had one probably 3 weeks before that where they've put the new pavilion in. They've mucked around with a lot, putting the car park in, and we had probably 30 or 40 mil real quick, and it's just washed the whole hill off. And down where at the top of the straight where the starts are, it's just taken out probably about 20 metres of the track there. Oh. So, poor old John Mark came up and had a look the other week, and he thought that was bad, but he hadn't been up to see this lot yet. So
he might not want to.
Oh yeah, I don't know whether Bruce might have sent him some photos. I think.
You shouldn't do those things when you're waiting on some people to come.
Yeah, no, I sent Rob Ponga a couple of photos. He's replied to me, so that's good.
How's the pavilion going, mate?
It's all but finished, Yep.
Okay.
Inside's all but done, but they can't get a ticket until the car park's finished. And the few showers we had in wet weather, and the car park's probably been 3 weeks, 4 weeks behind now. So,
because your cup meeting on the 28th of January is at Maryborough, I know that because I'm going to be emceeing that one. But that's so was that a late change?
No, that we sat down in October and worked that out with the Shire. They said, well, we can nearly have the building ready for you, but there's that much earthworks and landscaping to do that wouldn't have been done. So
Which is
it's
now
no good
which is
having it.
now a blessing.
Yeah, because it's no good having a building half finished and you can't walk outside it. So
No.
yeah.
No. So when will you be racing next?
No, we won't race now. We sort of half hummed and ahed about March, but we've even decided there that about 3 weeks ago we said we may as well let it go a whole lot this year and we'll go to Maryborough again.
Yep. And then
And start have a big, the Shire are going to back us for the January next year for the Cup. So away we go, the new pavilion, yeah. We'll have a half a new track.
all right. All right, Tom, thank you. Hopefully the new year's a little bit quieter. I don't think there's that much rain on the forward radar for a while. And in all seriousness, I do hope everyone was safe there with that sort of rain. And people may not be aware of the country, but some parts of it are hilly and some parts of it are very, very flat. So I'd imagine some of them just had water sitting there for days on end, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, it took nearly 2 days for all the water to disappear off the footy ground. So, yeah, so that's how we've just really got into cleaning everything up now. So,
These are called the redbacks. I'm tipping they would have even been washed away, the poor little things.
no, I think a lot of them have gone there. And don't forget, we got bought on next Friday.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's
The
not
Northern
the cup.
Oasis meeting. It's a Northern Oasis meeting. So yeah,
And the cup meeting is.
March the 3rd? I think it is Sunday, March the 3rd.
Okay, I can tell you now I won't be available for that one either, Tom. Just give you the heads up on that one. So, yeah, I'll be at Sydney. I think I had the... Oh, actually, no, I better not say that. I might be available.
Oh, well.
Sydney's on the 9th and 10th of March. So, yeah, I may be available for that. I better check
That'll be good.
check me. I might have told the past president the other day that he doesn't listen to me, but maybe I better retract that one. So yeah, and that John Campbell has stepped down as president too, so I am going to catch up with him probably tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
for a bit of a chat. So yeah,
18 years, yeah.
Yeah, so there's plenty going on there at Wedderburn, mate.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Just out of curiosity though, the most important question. Is the street sign next door to your house still standing, and does it have the barbed wire around it?
No, it disappeared probably 12 months ago.
What, the sign?
We've got a new one up now. There's a big ceramic one that hangs off our fence.
What's it
New
called?
Year's Eve it went. They're the big Titwobbles lane. I'll have to send a photo of it to you.
That's where the great street names go.
It's about 4 foot long and about 18 inches deep, and it's Titwobble Lane that's attached to our fence. So
And also,
they want to take this one, they've got to take half our fence with it.
while you're on, because no one will believe me, but last time I saw that sign, it had barbed wire wrapped around it so no one would climb up and pinch it. True?
True, so true, yeah. They took the whole pole this time. They cut the pole off and took the whole lot.
I got no idea what they'd be doing with a sign like that, but yeah, the old Titwobble Road is one of the great street names. You didn't name it either, did you, Tom?
Hey, no.
That had nothing to do with you. All right, mate.
Nothing to do with me, right out.
Thank you. All the best for Wedderburn. I'll get up there and have a look when I get 5 minutes. Actually, I'll come up and have a look at the new pavilion and get the word out there, because you won't be racing for 12 months. So I'll make sure I call up there, maybe on the way through to Bort one day or something. We can have a chat and then go on to Bort, mate. So, but yeah, all the best and thank you. And hopefully that's the last of the bad weather for Wedderburn.
No worries. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you very much. That is Tom Nisbet there. It's one of the great street road names going, I must say. Titwobble Lane. We'll get to, I've got plenty of New Zealanders on watching. Emily Morgan. There was someone else there I wanted to highlight. Ray Tat. Hello to you, Ray. But there is plenty of people going on there. What I'm going to do, though, before I make another phone call, I'm going to get Tom's pictures. Wow. So I'm presuming this is going to work. Right. So this is a video that should play. So that is obviously of the track. Wow. With the water, that's a football field on the inside. So that was a trotting track. Wow. There ain't much left of that trotting track, that's for sure. And so for any of the locals, that's Michelle and Neve, I would say. Okay, so that's the past the winning post. That is actually the football oval there. You can see on the inside there, completely underwater, which is just unbelievable. And you just see the Trotters there through the track and right through to the base. So terrible for Wedderburn. I would imagine they're going to get some help, some assistance from the club as well. But yeah, and if he sends me that sign comes through at any time, he is actually active as we speak. So before I ring Johnny T, because when I ring Johnny I can't use this one again either. I reckon we might just try this and just see if he answers or not. It's on its way. Thank you, Michelle. They are still listening, so I do really appreciate that. Oh, he might be here. He may not be. Got to remember to change these things over. See if he answers. He did say he had half an hour. It's a little bit later. It's about 9:30 over there. But it'll be full daylight down south. So he's not going to answer. I was trying to get hold of Rory McKillock, but unfortunately he didn't answer just then. But I'll get hold of Johnny. I'm just waiting on this photo. It might have wiped out Tom's phone there by the looks. Tom's watching. It hasn't. Definitely hasn't come through. Unfortunately, it's one of those frustrating little ones. All right. Hang on. They sent it through a different way. They had to go out with the dogs. Oh, what happened then? What? Oh, I know what happened. Hang on, I'm back. We're back. We're still here. And that photo doesn't want to work. Why does that not want to work? Maybe I have to download it. Just give me a second. Power of... then I hit too many buttons. I know this is good TV, but anyway. Hopefully you've had a good year. Tell me your highlight for the 2023 as well. It certainly wouldn't be this, that's for sure. But let's see if we can get this one to come up now. We'll go to there, and does not want to show it. Does this every now and then. I'm not sure why it does that, so I'm apologising. Don't know. See what's right. It's very odd how this works. So something's happened to my phone. It's not you guys, Michelle. But for some reason, oh, there it was. We'll go back there. So you can actually see at the back, now if we pitch that up, you can see there, Titwobble Lane, and that's officially its actual name. So yeah, and that's obviously the side of Michelle and Tom's property, and the dogs and the amount of rain that they had fallen the other day. But one of the great street names, I will say, going around. After all that, we actually got that one to work. So good quality TV there. It's not really, but that's what this show's about. It's going to be different, this show too. It's going to change everything right up next year, that's for sure. Now I've got to try and get this photo out of the way. It's interesting, the things that you get sent and you see. No, that's not it. Must be this one here. If you want a little bit of lightheartedness. Let's see if this actually works. So they don't want to work every time. No. Frustrating. Anyway, we'll get out of that. I'll stop. No more Michelle Nisbets. Not sure what I've done there. Chico Harness Racing Club is watching. Hello to you guys. Shout out to Elmore last week. Terrific cup. Absolutely. And a lot of fun as well. Thank you very much, Desiree. Going forward. Must say, Desiree reminded me too. Yearling Promotions, get in touch with us if you would like your yearlings promoted. Of course, with 20,000 followers on Facebook, we've got YouTube, X, and Instagram. Don't have the 20,000 numbers, of course, but we've got a huge following. We can get your yearlings out to a vastly bigger audience. We will be doing a lot of the horses down in New Zealand very shortly as well. So I really look forward to being able to promote those as well. Don't bring all the bad luck you're having to New Zealand next week. No, I will not. Hang on, Johnny T. I'm going to, we're just going to have to do it this way. Let's see if we'll go this way. I've got lots going on here. Hopefully this one works. And hopefully he remembers me number. Otherwise he will not be there. Bang. He's on now. If he answers the phone, that's a big test. Oh, but I'm going to be in trouble. Give me a lot of trouble.
You didn't lose my number.
No, I didn't. And you've got both my numbers, so you're actually going very, very good. But I am in trouble on one thing, Matty.
What's that, mate?
No photo of you.
That's all right. I've never taken a good photo in my life.
I did have that one actually. Jeez, I wish I could find that. I'd be able to put it in, but it's too hard to do that, so I won't do that, mate. Firstly, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, my friend.
I actually was of the opinion that you were on holidays, so that's why I reached out to Johnny. I thought, well, I won't annoy you while you're on holidays. I'll leave it alone. But then you gave me a drive-by and a half, and then Johnny McDermott tells me that the Mott is on tomorrow. And being a grass track specialist, playing almost at home, I thought, well, I better give the boy a ring and just firstly see one if has he ever had a look at the form for the Mott?
Yeah, of course I have. But just firstly, that was an excellent swerve from you. I don't believe what you've just said for a minute. How can I compete with the king of content, which is just fair enough. But big day, Monte tomorrow. There will be, and stop this for a country track. There'll probably be about 10,000 people there tomorrow.
It is ridiculous. I haven't been there for this meeting, and it's got a hill too, hasn't it? And that they go around the back of the hill. Is that correct?
No, the grandstand. There's a hill behind the stables and the grandstand. Yeah. Kind of a similar, not in looks, but in the way that it's set up to Kaikoura with a hill up the back, and you've got wide open farming space down the back straight and things like that. So it's a beautiful track, and being only about 20 minutes drive from Christchurch, they get massive crowds out there. It's supposed to be stinking hot tomorrow, even for New Zealand standards. So, and I tell you what, if you want to have a bet there, good luck. Your best friend should be the word easy bet. Should be what? Easy bet? The word easy bet, the one where the computer selects it for you, because they don't call that place the punter's graveyard for nothing. But I tell you what, it's even worse tomorrow. They are some big even fields on a grass track. So very tricky to try and sort a few out, I can give you the tip. Mate, you're famous. Emily's posted there, she reckons she could send me a photo. Brad Steele's watching, haven't even seen him on the link, and he's flicked me through a photo of you're actually cuddling Mark Purdon, so all of which I can't use because I can't, I've got to be able to put them into the program that I've got now. But that's okay, but I do appreciate it. So, mate, you're more known than you think. That's my most favourite photo in the world, that one of me and Mark Purdon. Backstory to that was show day last year at Addington, and the Boys Get Paid Punters Syndicate had just collected $250,000 off Cyrus. I told Mark Purdon when he come off the track that I was going to kiss him, and I've never seen the guy look so scared in his life.
I'm going to try and see if I can get this photo up so people can see it. I don't like my chances, but we'll give it a crack. Oh, there it is. It did work.
Not the way your night's going.
It did work. No, that's what exactly right. I've done nothing different. So there we are, Hayden Cullen and the great man as well. So you've got everyone front and centre there, mate. So that's a $200,000 photo.
Yeah, it's $250,000 we collected for the Punters Syndicate. I think we had 12,500 over 27,500 on them at 12s and 3s.
Right, well done. That is a huge effort, I must say. Well, I could go on for all night talking to you. Have you got a winner for us tomorrow?
Yes, I do. Race 6, number 6, the Mott, a horse called Mandalay Bay, trained by Bob Butt.
Yep.
Last start was at Orari. You were there.
Yep.
It ran either second or third behind a very talented horse called Pin Seeker.
Yep.
It drops into a junior drivers race tomorrow for Bob. Now, Corbin Newman takes the reins. Corbin drives Mocha Carrara really well, and he's one of our leading junior drivers, so you're not losing anything there. It's about $3 on the New Zealand TAB, so anything around that, I reckon, is pretty good shopping. It looks the best of good things tomorrow out at the Mott.
Andrew Fitzgerald's actually driving in that race. What's the irony of that? There is 18 horses in that field with 4 scratchings already, so 14 junior drivers going around, which is terrific. John McDermott, as I said, he was on there before. Do you give his horse, Topaz, with Andrew Drake in the sulky, do you give him a chance?
Well, John's team's absolutely flying at the moment. He's got a few that he's been racing over at Westport over the last couple of days and heading to Reefton on Saturday for the last day there. Topaz is actually a really nice horse, and it is the sort of horse that could pop up in a race like that. John's team traditionally goes well out at the Mott, and I know the family will be pretty happy to see that, and I know Morris is tuned in. So it gets its chance, actually, because the form line probably doesn't look that good, but the runs have actually been really, really good. So wouldn't be surprised to see it popping up for maybe even a top 4 or something like that.
He's also got Flyaway with Devon Van Til in the sulky there as well. So he's got quite a few. He's taken on a new job. He's keeping the planes in order. He's making sure the planes all land in the right spots, and must be keeping the team happy as well.
Yeah, well, it's certainly keeping the racing team going because he's got plenty of horses going around at the moment. I think he's 2 or 3 over at the coast and team in there tomorrow. So he'll pick up a winner at some point before the end of the year. He's got a couple of nice ones going to Reefton on Saturday.
It's a big meeting too. What do you got? 12 races, 12 races, all full fields. I encourage the Aussies to go onto Harness Racing New Zealand or HRNZ and just go to the fields. It's unbelievable the depth in the fields at the minute, Matty, isn't it?
It is, and to see that, they are massive fields there tomorrow. But we've also got a large portion of horses currently over on the other side of the South Island and on the West Coast, as I said. And there are a number of trainers who already have big teams based down in Central Otago.
Yeah, that's
So, I mean, there's upward of maybe 30 Canterbury horses down there as well at the moment. So it just shows the depth of numbers we've got at the moment that we can get these fields off the ground, because in 2 days' time, there's racing again in Canterbury at Rangiora. So it's a busy old time, but there's certainly the horses there to cater for the meeting, that's for sure.
Throw you under the bus, the Regan Todd trained Share a Dream, informed driver in Sarah O'Reilly, and we'll touch on that in a sec. Graham Hand has tipped it on the show. Do you give him a chance?
Well, you got to respect anything that Sarah O'Reilly drives on a grass track over here in New Zealand. She's coming in towards the final stages of her time as a junior driver. I think she'll drive tomorrow and then at Reefton at Sunday, and then when she steps out at Rangiora on New Year's Day, she will be a fully fledged open horsewoman. So she'll be hoping she can go out with a bang, and I mean everything that she's done so far in her junior driver career would suggest that she will do exactly that and get a winner at some point over the next couple of days. Share a Dream was a very good trial winner recently, actually, so I'd have to agree with Graham there. Does meet what I think is a pretty even and handy field of maidens though, so might need a little bit of luck off the second line.
Always got to be careful, I do, because I met Graham and I was only told to call him Porky, so that's what I do. It's a bit like Goose. Some of the names that you got to check yourself all the time. I got to show respect, but you just get yourself caught up sometimes, Matty.
Oh, you do. You got to be a wee bit careful because then there's the names that you can't really say in public, and if you say them, you're in big trouble.
I know. And Emily's watching. I don't even know what she's thinking. She probably doesn't even know what she's thinking. She's probably thinking this could be dangerous because Maddie could be drinking. I haven't even got to Johnny yet, so everyone goes in there. Auckland, throw you under the bus again. I love doing it to you, but 2 good races. Coming up the races 7 and 8. Better fields too, which is good for Auckland. But Akuta steps out for the first time on the North Island for a period of time. But it's a good race.
Yeah, it is, and you've obviously got the 3-year-old, although in about 3 days' time he'll be a 4-year-old and Don't Stop Dreaming. So that adds another aspect to the race. Look, Akuta was so good during Cup Week, 2 very good seconds and 2 Group 1s. Won't be easy. He's got a 30-metre handicap, and over the 2.7 probably helps negate that a wee bit. But if Don't Stop Dreaming was to step away for Tony Hurley and get in front of him, it could be pretty interesting. So looking forward to seeing them go around. And yeah, you're right. You've got a $50,000 trotting final, the Hot to Trot final for the Trotters, which will be a big race as well. I think there's 17 odd horses going around there, but you know that my loyalties in that race will lie firmly with a horse called Bet in Win, trained and driven by Bob Buck. Hopefully he doesn't have to drag a flat tyre for 2,500 metres this week, and he trots a bit better around the bends.
Would you like me to show the viewers last week, or are you happy just to let that scab try to heal for the time being?
I'm not watching, so it doesn't matter. As you said, you can quite easily go to hrnz.co.nz and have a look at that replay because, he was pretty impressive, and if he does get his way around those bends, I think he'll be pretty hard to beat on New Year's Eve.
Love the size of the fields. Harness Racing New Zealand. They look after me. They don't look after me for this show. Love the size of the fields. In this race here, you should tune into that. What time is that? 6:44, so that's 4:44, just before 5 o'clock. Jasanova, Luck Chin. How old's Luck, Matty?
80-something.
Has no fears. He's lost all his inhibitions, that's to say the least. He will jump to if he can find the front off the 10-metre handicap, which he will at some point. There's no worries there, but it's a matter of if he finds the front early and starts running, this field will be strung out for a period of time, won't they?
Yeah, well, as I've said to you before, if Luckchin isn't in front, he's heading there. So you can bet your last dollar that if he does trot away, he'll be trying to press forward. It doesn't always work out for him, but he does love to get his trotters in front and let them find their rhythm and bowl along. And, you know, he's got a fantastic record, as we've spoken about, over it's well over 100 wins as both a trainer, an owner, a breeder and a driver, which is quite remarkable, and works as this word always gets me, anaesthetist as well. So remarkable story and a remarkable man.
No, absolutely. And Central Otago, the fields are out. Their cup field's a good field. You talk about Sarah O'Reilly and Timmy White and the crew. It's a good little field. A lot of intrigue in this race, mate.
It's only a small wee field, but it's actually, as you say, it's an interesting wee race because you got Franco Indy there, who I think, although he's been so good on the grass in his last couple of starts, will actually appreciate getting back to an all-weather track. He was so good, obviously, winning during Cup Week, but the interest source for me is Ahoka Connor, of course, who comes out of the New Zealand Pacing Derby. I've got him on top. Early doors, Ahoka Connor, I think he's a pretty class animal, and I think we're going to see him transgress from being a nice 3-year-old into a serious open class pacer within the next 12 months, because I know they've got a fair opinion of him at Stonewall Stud, and this might be the first step towards that.
No, absolutely, and they've got plenty going on there as well. Is it transgress or is it transcend?
One of the two.
Gareth Hall, that's his go-to word. It's one of those words I hate, and when people start to say it, I get a cringe when people start to say it. It's one of those, annoying words, I must say. But, whatever he does, he is a serious horse, and he's a beautiful horse to look at. Hopefully he comes to Australia at some point in time as well.
Big chance he will. I don't know which word it is. It's 20 to 10 on I don't even know what day of the week it is either, to be fair. But
it's Thursday.
I'm officially on holiday as of about 3 hours ago, although I'm still...
Well, that's why I didn't ring you, because I was like, well, he's on holidays and I'm going to catch up with him next week. But did I touch a nerve? Oh. It's like, jeepers creepers.
You just keep telling yourself that if that makes you feel better for I think the word ostracise. You've ostracised me.
Matty, thank you. Really appreciate it. Over the ditch, we'll be back. We'll actually be doing some in person for the next couple of weeks as well, but we want to keep raising the bar and promoting the Kiwis. Wilson House, amazing effort, mate.
Yeah, Wilson's absolutely flying at the moment, driving like a superstar, and it's going to continue for a long time because they're in for a busy few months as well, the Bet On Red team. But no, always a pleasure to join you, Paul. Happy New Year to you and everyone out there in, as Michael House would say, Facebook land, and look forward to catching up with you down in Central Otago.
But you've got to do it this way. You've got to go, hello, Facebook land. You've got to get that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll leave that for Mickey.
He's a random man, that's for sure. All right, mate. Thank you very much.
All right, mate. See you next week.
And Matty Markham, and I will say he's not online now, but a huge thank you to him for his contribution to Campbell's comments, and harness racing full stop too, because he gives up his time for nothing. He's probably had one or two quiet sherbets just in, and still happy to answer the phone, and I really do appreciate it. James Herbertson knocked up 250 winners as well. Before I get to Johnny T, let's make sure that we cover off on this. The sale dates for the Nutrien Equine sales. The first sale kicks off on the 26th of January. That's in Tasmania, Australia Day, which is a Friday. Plenty of promotions, plenty more to come there as well. Brisbane on the 11th of February, Sydney on the 10th of March, that is Miracle Mile weekend, Bathurst on the 24th of March, and then Melbourne yearling sales on the 14th, with heats going to be run at the same time, culminating in the finals the week after. Going to be big, $1.2 million on offer through that race series as well, so make sure you get involved with that. And NZB have got their sales coming up as well on the 18th of February at Karaka, and then the 20th and 21st going through to Christchurch. I'm going to be doing some promotions going forward with that, promoting a lot of the yearlings in the next couple of weeks, getting to the farms. Quite a few of them have got back to me. Quite a few are getting back to me now. We put a deadline on it, and sure enough. But if you want to know more, I worked all this out so that wouldn't happen, and it still did. Get in touch with nzb.co.nz. Now I'm going to go back one page, or get in touch with Cam Bray, cam.bray@nzb.co.nz for all your information on that. And I better give Mark Barton 0419 488 526. This is of course Nutrients, or Gemma Smallman on 0447 356 549. Plenty going to start hotting up in the yearling sale parade very, very shortly, and we want to make sure you can get in touch with get across all of those things. Just about got everything else under control. Of course, the team at Rasta Trotters, and I was there today. Some sneaky little ones starting to happen up there as well too, very, very shortly. But EL Titan on a streak at Cobbity Farms. Classic Connection in Queensland. I got to see him. He looks beautiful. Always ready. Used to me, and on both at Golden Valley as well as Shawnee, and also on Solitaire at Makar Lodge in New Zealand. So get in touch with the whole team going forward from there. The easiest way to do it is rastatrotters.com.au. Great sponsors, great supporters. And while I'm going through my sponsors, don't forget the team from Barrostock Horse, and they terrific for everything that they do for me as well. So yep, right, let's see if we can get this great man on the phone as well. I do have a photo of Johnny, I must say, which is more than I had for young Matthew, but that's okay. Johnny Turner.
Paul Campbell, great to hear from you, mate.
Great to hear from you. You had to become the second Kiwi on the show.
Well, I've got to start off on a bit of a negative note, mate, because like every week you have me on here, you put me behind Mac Markham, and like the he's a better rider than me, better tips than me, just all round better bloke than me, and I just come out and sort of stink it up after him. So
no,
it's tough, but I'll do my best.
No, I think he was a little bit upset when he saw Johnny Turner in the credits and no Matt Markham, and I think I might have touched a nerve with him. I think he felt a bit of unlove about the whole thing, so I had to give him just a bit of a cuddle and go from there. So we'll know if he's still watching anyway. That's for sure. If we keep baiting him, there's no hassles there.
Oh, you gotta respect him. Keep his name right up there in lights, Paul.
Yeah, no, he does a great job, as you do, and I really do mean what I say there, because I think you guys don't have to do what you do. But call you, send you a message, and you're both more than happy to come on and promote an industry the three of us all love in a very positive and professional manner too, which is what we want, mate.
Hey, mate, so before we start hooking into things about what's happening over this side of the Tasman and the fact that you're coming over, I just got a little bit of news for you. I've been working away in the background here, and I've been really want to see how you go in the gig, and whether you can drive, whether you got any decent hands. So I've jacked up a couple of track work drives for you with the great man Tyler Dew.
Oh,
so
serious?
He just lives over the fence from where you're staying. I know I've done my research, and I think we should get you out there, maybe put the camera on you and just see how good these hands are. What do you think?
I'm up for that. Could be a bit of
Beautiful.
fun. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll conduct an interview with Tyler while we're going round.
How's that? That's beautiful.
Emily's underneath the floor right as we speak, but that's okay. No, I'm more than happy to do that. The last time I went there, I think it was nice weather too, and I remember seeing Rory and Kirsten, and they were rugged up pretty heavy. So I'm hoping the weather's a bit better, mate. That is one thing I will be saying.
Mate, it's gonna at Omakil, if nowhere else, it will be scorching, and Invercargill is a good chance of being is being nice and hot here too. So I reckon you're a massive chance of needing to crank out a bit of sunscreen. That's for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Emily's put a tweet up there about the boxing gloves, and I don't fancy myself. I don't think if I'm taking on e-reviews too, I'm both out. There's not a hassle there in the world. I'm not taking you guys on. Tyler's all good for it. He's up and ready. Matty Markham, there's a reason Johnny is known as the king of content. I'm only regarded as a mild Canterbury #1 sports journalist.
Not bad.
It was in April I was there, and it didn't look warm. But anyway, the sun was out, mate. There's been plenty going on, and I feel a little bit bad because it is, in a way, Matty's hometown. But we will go back. I've actually lost it to Sarah and Timmy White taking out the Invercargill Cup last week. The first Group 1 race. What a great achievement it was.
Yeah, it was outstanding. Great people, the Whites. I've been interviewing them for a few years now, mostly Brent, but then Tim's come into the fold as a training partner in more recent years, and great times having a yarn to him over the phone, and really pleased for them. They've cemented themselves over the last few seasons as genuine top-line trainers, and obviously showed with the result in the Group 1 of Invercargill, and the drive from Sarah Riley, I'd just about go lifetime best driver. It was just absolutely sensational tactically. She made Selfishore work just that fraction to take the gas out of him, and then she nailed him up the passing lane. It was a cracking race and cracking result, and all the main chances ran well. There was no disappointments. It was just a great celebration of harness racing in Invercargill, and long may this Group 1 continue. Only the second running of this race at Group 1 status, and long may they keep lining it up as a Group 1, because it's had great support as far as the punters, the interest, and the people turning up go. Not big horse numbers in either year, but we've made the best of it. 2 cracking races, so yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, and it does get the good horses there because, like American Me contested the Timmy White still waiting on his 10%. It's quite funny that, but anyway, there's 2 Timmy Whites. That Timmy White would have been there as well at Invercargill, I got no doubt. But American Me was he 4th or 5th in the New Zealand Trotting Cup? Selfishore didn't partake, but did win the free-for-all later in the week. Beach Ball got you covered. Didn't make the field. He was an emergency and didn't get a run, I believe. Mossdale Ben was in the New Zealand Trotting Cup. The depth is amazing, that horses that came and contested the Invercargill Cup.
Yeah, and just a reflection of the talent we've got to spread across some great racing opportunities. Obviously, Akuta and horses like that have gone in a different direction, and we're going to get to see them do battle in the next, obviously, 24 hours or so. And other horses are going to be at Omakil and Invercargill, so they're spread out, and you're not going to get huge field size as a result, but we're still going to get great racing.
I do want to just point out one thing. This is a photo, and I've got to give you, I'm just going to pad for a sec because it'll take a second for you to be able to actually see it, about 35 seconds. But just the hand grips. Sarah's got hold of that cup, and she is gripped on. She's gone white knuckles. The knuckles are actually going white. Whereas Timmy's just sort of got his little fingers on it because he knows as soon as the cameraman walks away that Sarah's taken that cup, and there's not a lot he can do about it.
I tell you what, I haven't done all my research here, unfortunately for the people, but that cup is worth a lot of money. I'm pretty sure it gets locked up in a safe and only bought out for the presentation. I'm sure it's worth a small fortune, that cup, so I'd imagine most people will be hanging on to it, to be fair.
Well, I reckon Sarah says, no way, no, are you going to get that? It was Gore, I think, Wednesday, with their Gore Cup. Am I right? You got it? Yes,
Gore
it was.
Cup, yeah.
Yeah, Wilson.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. That was Sandwave. Sorry, I got the wrong horse. That's okay. I got the wrong picture up, but that's okay. I did want to touch on this one. Firstly, Nathan Williamson. This horse, you're right about that cup, 100,000. Emily's reliably put there. So, yeah.
There you go. Hey, have you got a photo of a goat? Just put a goat up for Nathan Williamson, because obviously that's what we call him in these parts.
I actually was going to, but I decided I'd put a much more professional looking one, and I couldn't work out what colour to put down the side, so I just went with the black bands either side. But firstly, congratulations on him for being the premiership trainer down in the south. What do you call it? The Southern Trainers Premiership? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, Southland Trainers Premiership, so that's our provincial boundary with Otago. So he was leading trainer in Southland, and Phil Williamson leading trainer in Otago. Phil absolutely bolted in his category because he was way out in front. But Nathan and Craig Ferguson were closely matched the last month or so, and Nathan's had a great run of results over the last month, and that put him in front. I know he got a little bit of stick over the last, say, 6 weeks or so, the fact that he was going to come up short, and I think that was a driving factor, because he's come out and produced a big lineup of winners, and I'm pretty sure he was very satisfied, even though he probably wasn't saying too much about it. Yeah,
I agree, and I think he'd be very satisfied getting this horse back to the races as well. It's a $25,000 Gore Cup. Some of the Australians might think, it's just another country cup, but I think Nathan's got a lot of hopes with this little horse, and he's had a few issues, and to get him back and winning very impressive. He done plenty of work at the business end of the race, and it was very, very impressive. So I reckon it would have meant a bit to him as well, just getting him back.
That's dead right. And fresh up too off 30 metres. It was a track that had 5 track records broken on the day, and it was running hot, and nothing was really making ground from the back. So to win off 30 metres was, and track record time was phenomenal as far as I'm concerned.
Yep, no, absolutely. And we're pretty sure is this the same day Rory won? You reckon I'd have all my pages open?
Same day, Dwindle Star for the Williamson team. Phil Williamson trained, Bev Williamson owned. He's had a lot to do with the family, and 200 wins for the great man. And I can tell you, he's multi-talented, this bloke, because he's just started up a business you would have seen doing the chiropractor sort of massage sort of carry on, and apparently he's in hot demand. He's gone through like an apprenticeship type thing and learnt the ropes, and now he's sort of weaves his magic, ironing out any sort of back issues or soreness issues. So he can do it all, Rory, and he rated that horse in front to a real treat and won nicely.
He's I'm right in saying he's one of the great characters of the industry. The first time I ever interviewed him, I wasn't sure if Timmy Williams and Zach Butcher was setting me up. They said, you got to go and interview Rory. Rory would be great. You go and interview Rory. And, you're not sure if they're hazing you or something along that. It was sort of, they were too positive that I needed to go and do the interview with him, Johnny. I was a bit nervous, to be honest, but wow, just a cracking individual, just so raw and open about his journey, his struggles, and what he loves about the industry. He's just an infectious person to be around.
Yeah, he's a great man, great positive attitude, and doesn't have any sort of background in harness racing, obviously, and hasn't had anything handed to him in this game, and he just keeps kicking home winners. So a lot of respect for Rory. He's definitely got a unique approach to things sometimes. And he's just a legend. He is indeed. Basically.
Alex Hurley reckons he should be chiropractor sort of carry on. That should be the name of his business. I think it's terrific. Where I got myself into trouble, I ended up pushing buttons everywhere, Johnny, because I wanted to. I'm going to have to go down just one stride too, because the Williamson name is synonymous down there, but Dwindle Star, Night Watch, She's a Gift, Our Poncho, Gordon, and all for the Williamsons. The top 5, Phil with 3 of those, Brad and Maddie as trainers of the others. It's an amazing name down in the south and what they do for harness racing, full stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And yeah, widely known, and they've done their deeds are spread across Australasia, really, aren't they?
Yep, absolutely. Well, exactly, and definitely everyone knows Phil. Both Nathan and Maddie have both been across here, and Brad's been across here. Brad was probably better known about a year ago. He was a little bit infamous probably back then, but I will say one thing: he never stopped smiling the whole time.
Oh, he's a good man, Brad. An aggressive driver, as some of you guys have learnt over there, and and 9 times out of 10 he gets his calculations right. So he's a great fella, Brad, and probably one guy who's always made time for me in my career in the media, and really thankful to him for that, because he's more than willing to answer the phone and front up and have a yarn. And he's been a great asset, a great assistant, a great friend to me in my time in the game.
Right, help me out here. Wilson House, where did he win at? Was it Westport? Was it?
He won Johnny Mac Westport Cup. Not my territory, but I did see the race, and Mickey Mouse running absolutely white hot with his team, Michael House. So that's great to see. That'll get him up and about.
They had a double. I should probably get him on, but he doesn't watch me anymore. and I don't mind saying it. He says because I'm boring. It's what he goes. I find he said I find you boring, but that's what he's like. I mean, I don't mind at all. But I think young Wilson's doing an awesome job driving, because I'm just trying to get it up here now. He's driven 38 winners, but he drove 2 trebles. He then drove 5. He's had a couple of doubles. Like he's a little bit like young Harrison Ross, the gentleman I had on earlier. All of a sudden, they're just coming of age, and it's just great to see. And he's just capitalising on it and getting better and better.
Yeah, he's driven his fair share of slow horses in his time.
Yep.
And probably early on he wasn't setting the world on fire, but he's obviously just kept improving, kept learning along the way. I only actually met Wilson, so I can't really give you any great insights, but watching from afar, he's developed into a driver people can put their money on with a bit of confidence. And he only just went down a nose in the Trotting Cup today at Westport. I was watching a great performance from Boys Invasion. He ran well, so yeah, it's all happening. He was at Gore. That's good. What? That was a good. If I'm only guessing, 8 or 10 hours away, Gore last night. And he's bowling into Westport and driving winners and going well today. So
what did he do?
He's putting in the work.
What did he do the other day? On the North Island? I can't think of the name of the place. Starts with P, doesn't it? But Palmerston? Is that where he drove 2 trebles?
Palmerston North. That's where Michael takes a lot of his horses to race, and they generally win a heap of races up there. And he won 6 in a day, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's a 14-hour drive. So the first time he drove a treble, and then it's a 14-hour drive, although he flew, but it's a 14-hour drive back to Rangiora. He goes back to Rangiora. Michael got a winner, and so did Manawatu, it is, and then gets back and then turns around and goes back and drives a treble the very next day. That's massive commitment. I know he flew, but it's still just brilliant commitment. And so I think it's great, and that's why, I enjoy their company. I think they're a lot of fun. They're good for the industry, and it's good to see them getting the results, I reckon.
You might have to introduce me. I've never met Wilson, as I said. So
apple don't fall far from the tree.
Oh, he can talk a good game?
Oh, he can talk a good game, but he's definitely not his dad. He's definitely not his dad, but I reckon he'd be the sort of guy, at a nightclub. Yeah, he could be fun and dangerous, I reckon, all in the same time. 38 this year, currently on 47 wins. He'll beat his father to 50. Very good. I wonder how many his father's on. That's your next bit of homework for you, Emily. So, yep. Right, mate. It's starting, the Central Otagos. What actually is it called? I call it the Central Otagos, but I'm not sure if that's exactly the 3 race meetings are called, but they're coming up very quickly.
Central Otago Summer Circuit is what I'd call it.
Yep.
The 3 days, yeah.
First meeting is on the 2nd of January. What have we got? Got 12 races, I think. 11 races, along with their cup, good cup field as well. it's going to be a lot of fun, and plenty of people. That's a bit harsh. Michael's on 49, and Emily's declared that Wilson will beat him to 50, so that's probably a bit harsh on Michael. But anyway, big fields, what do we expect? Anyone playing at home and that, when they start looking at these 3 meetings that we'll be covering in New Zealand, what do people expect, mate?
They'll expect great competitive racing. It's the place to be in Otago and South, and that's for sure over those 3 days. Even if you have a mild interest in harness racing or you have no interest in harness racing, you want a great day out, head to those 3 days. It's absolutely outstanding. But the action on the track, a lot of trainers will set their good or promising horses for these meetings. If, for instance, if a trainer's got a really nice maiden, there's nothing better than heading up to Omaki on the 2nd and letting it loose and hopefully getting a win, because a lot of guys will try and do that and set their nice horses. So I'm expecting to see a lot of nice horses step out over those 3 days. And yeah, good competitive racing. There's a group race there with the Central Otago Cup. So yeah, there's a bit of everything. They've got amateur drivers, which that could be a new experience for you to watch that first race at Omaki. So yeah, it's got it all. Where would you rather be is the question.
Emily might be in trouble. Oh, he didn't get a drive in it. Oh, yes, he has. He'll get a drive in it because he's got one in it. Can Sweet Spirit win race 40, race 1? Michael might beat his son to the magical 50, mate. Yet you never know.
Anything's possible in this game, mate.
Can it win?
Well, it can. Well, the way the stable's going, it can win this for sure, because they're just absolutely flying at the moment. It's a very even field, so there's no reason it can't get money. It broke at Gore yesterday, so that's the concern.
Very good. But anyway, that's race number 1 for all the Michael House lovers. Make sure you tune into that. It's big for the community. It's big for harness racing down there too, though, isn't it, Johnny?
It is. Yeah, it means a lot. And these meetings will do massive turnovers compared to, some of our quieter meetings through winter and that sort of thing. So, yeah, financially it means a lot. And the biggest thing overall, though, is the fact that we get to put harness racing in front of those people that just come once a year, and we maintain that interest with them, and we may even convert a few new fans. So that's vital.
And we can't undersell those things. It's one of the things that did happen here, especially in Victoria. We lost a lot of those authentic places, I suppose, if you like, and we lost that. And Geraldine the other day, there was some people saying that there was talk, just a brilliant place. There's so much more to offer than just when you just look at dollars and cents and what goes on. We need to keep a lot of these places, don't we?
There's no doubt about that. We need to keep in contact with Joe Public to make harness racing relevant, and we do that through these country-type meetings, these community meetings, and every time one of them's wiped out, it's a sad day, really.
It is indeed. Poor guy's only once a year. What did we say then? Graham's come in on something, but maybe the race meeting only once a year. Maybe, not sure.
That's enough for them.
Matty Marr.
They make a big deal there once a year, I tell you that much.
Oh, sometimes it's exactly right. Sometimes you can dilute what you actually do have. So Matty Markham has come out with the big call because he said that he'll take Emily on because Sweet Spirit will win. The problem is, I'm just quickly going through Rangiora, and I've seen Wilson down with 4 drives the day before. So that could be an interesting little bet that Matty's had there. So you never know. It would be interesting to see if Emily does take him up on that one.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
she's got plenty. Should we have a wee punt on the side, surely? I'll get in trouble for saying that, no doubt.
We all get into trouble on this show for things we do.
That, no doubt.
Absolutely. Johnny, thank you very much. I'm pretty sure he's also at Reefton on Saturday. Is he? Oh, okay. So where's Reefton, Johnny?
Miles from here. It's on the west coast, near Westport.
Oh, right.
Part of that west coast circuit, yeah. Miles from here. It's on the west coast. I'm having some problems with the audio here, I tell you. But we're hanging in there.
It keeps coming back.
It keeps coming off mute, which is it's better than last time when like 65 people rang me during our interview. So It's an improvement.
We got to get you. We got to get you 2 phones. You did some awesome stuff, and I will say, make sure you keep in touch with Jonny Turner, the king of content, because he does get some random interviews. That's for sure.
Does. I've got to ask you a question though. What about men from the deep south here who's been kicking a few goals over there? Have you run into him in your travels there recently? Tristan Larson, he's a good southern man kicking a few goals over in Australia, and I want to see him continue to do well, but I can't watch every Victorian race, to be honest with you.
He is getting his winners. He's actually logged on before. I was meant to say it to you,
nice,
and I got sidetracked. He's actually watching the show. No, he's doing a good job, and I think he's enjoying his time here as well. So, which is really good. Like, I think, sometimes I don't think Benny Hope overly, like, he didn't not enjoy it, but he was more than happy to get home. I think Tristan's really enjoying the change and probably the challenge as well.
I tell you what, if I had Muscle Mountain waiting for me at home, I'd be on the first plane out there. No offence to you. I love my trips to Victoria, but Muscle Mountain needs something extra, isn't he? So
don't go there.
Absolutely.
If I turn around and say he's the best horse in the Southern Hemisphere, they'll jump out of the grounds again to get me. So we will get into all sorts of troubles. It doesn't matter. It's a great argument that might be settled at trot slots. Might not be. Who knows? But plenty of good racing to look forward to as well, Johnny, coming up.
Absolutely. Can't wait for that trot race. It's the most anticipated race in Australasia as far as I'm concerned. And if you're waiting on something else, it must be pretty bloody good, to be fair. So
I don't know if Aldebaran Zeus. I've got to catch up with Duncan McPherson. He's up to no good, Tristan, but it looks Tristan definitely kicking goals at the Romsey pub on a Saturday night. I trust you. I trust you're looking after him, Alex. So I didn't think Romsey actually had a pub. They must have reopened it. That's a true story. The pub got shut. The locals wouldn't let him have pokies, so the publicans shut the doors, closed the doors, and everyone thought it was a joke, but he didn't, and won't let anyone else get a liquor license. There's random things for you, Johnny. Random knowledge that I have, mate. It's scary.
There you go, mate. Oh, well, I'm looking forward to this track work challenge. Is having some of the best hands in the south, and I'll be, I'll be keen to see if you measure up or how far behind me you are. So I'll be watching.
What, are you going to actually video it?
Oh, I tell you what, we'll have a stand-up press conference afterwards, I reckon. And I will say one thing though: the T-Juice horses, they can run, so they'll have wings on. So you better hold on, mate. I hope you can rate one.
I'm hoping I don't get set up and get on a maiden and he's on a free-for-aller.
Possible.
Do I need
we don't do any favours to any Aussies, unfortunately.
Do I need to do a brand check at all?
Yeah, definitely. A microchip as well, yeah.
All right, very good. HRNZ, they could be there as well. Emily's probably enjoying the sound of this, so it'll be all good. All right, mate, very good. I look forward to it. I might be able to say I've had 102 wins then as a driver.
Beauty. We'll see you there, mate. Can't wait for it.
Johnny, thank you very much for joining me, mate, as always, and also for everything you've done for the year, mate. I really appreciate everything you do and Matty Markham do as well, mate.
It's a pleasure, mate. Looking forward to seeing you, mate.
We have Jonny Turner from down south getting in touch with his stuff. Matty Markham's on Twitter, and also get in touch with Jonny Turner, king of content. He is going through there as well. So very hard when you're doing some shows. I didn't drive Nazareth. It wasn't Nazareth. It was the Hill horse, the fast class horse. Nazareth was driven by Blair Orange's young bloke, Artie by the Hill. Artie by the Hill, I think, is the horse that I drove in their last hit out. I think he won the week after. But yeah, Nazareth was in the race. Blair Orange's young bloke drove it. And the other horse was, I can't think of his name either, but yeah, Artie by the Hill, and the other horse was the favourite that John drove in the Cup as well. It was pretty good workout, I must say. So yeah, that was beach work though. I suppose I'll say that doesn't count, but anyway, bit of fun. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to having a lot of fun in New Zealand. All the shows will continue. Talking Trotters will not be on the Monday because I'll be travelling, but I'll be there early. No, won't say that. stay tuned. I'll keep you posted. Campbell's comments. I really appreciate everyone that's tuned in, all the contribution that people have. This show was just random, but all my sponsors, Nutrien, NZB, Woodland Stud, Harasta Trotters on Yabby Dam Farms, Barrostock Horse. I'm going to get in trouble for one. I'll miss one. I generally do. Harness Racing New Zealand, Harness Racing Victoria, Harness Racing New South Wales. Look forward to doing some pretty exciting things for those guys coming up. Looking forward to promoting their cup coverage coming up. Any person that wants to get their yearlings promoted, get in touch with us. We can film your yearling videos. We can take photos. It's not my preferred option, but we can. But we will be able to get the message out there for any of the sales going forward. NZB ones we won't do, but we are doing some parades and we will be promoting those as well. So really looking forward to that and having a lot of fun. But we will be back next year. This stage will look different when we come back to here, but we won't be back to here for about 3 weeks because I will be in New Zealand. We're going to have plenty more guests on. We're going to make it fun. I want to make the industry fun. I want to make people sit up and enjoy it. Stop being negative. Stop being so downhearted, if you like. We've got a great sport. We don't realise what we got. We don't sell it well enough. So I want to have some fun going forward. But that will all be next year. And yep, so On Loose Lines will be live from New Zealand, as will Over the Ditch. And also Talking Trotters, whether it be live or not, I'm not sure. But we'll try and get at least one of those shows out live with some good New Zealand content. We might even get Tyler Dew to come on the show. So instead of him saying hello, we might get him as a co-host on the show going forward. Anna is watching. But yep, thank you very much to everyone. Love harness racing. I want everyone else to enjoy it as well and have some fun. Have a very safe New Year's Eve, and we'll see you all in 2024.